Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. Wow, interesting rack. Is swanky good spelt with an I and an E? I don't think it is. Should I try it? I know it's void challenge, but I don't like to abuse that challenge rule. I don't think it's good. But I would like to get rid of the W and the K. They're non-bingo-y. And I prefer short words, so on the opening rack, so I think this is a very good 4-letter set for 20 points. Fantastic. This is definitely bingo-y. I have Snurtle and Linters and Slinter. So, oh wow, fantastic start for opponents, 78 points. And my alternative to core on my opening rack was Winks, which would have given opponent Aerobats in column 8. Now, do I have a double-double in column 5 through this E? That is such a bingo-y set. So, Leinster is a place in Ireland. But there must be an 8 here with this rack plus an E. Yes, re-enlist. Phew. There are 4 or 5 others, I think, or 3 or 4 others. Re-enlist, enlister, silenter, re-listen, and listener. So re-enlist for 82. And, well, duplicates and triplicates, but all bingo-y tiles. Could there be a bingo here? I think Deediest is good onto a T, but both of the T's on the board are not available for going in last place. And Deedee's is not good as a 7. So what about Steedied, which would play through this T? Is that a valid anagram of Deediest? Well, that remains available. And I think I will quickly check this. I don't think it's good. And it's good. Amazing. So I now have another rack which looks close to a bingo, drifting through a T. Again, not seeing a 7 here. Floating I not useful with 2 on my rack. Is the R available? Well, it is, but I don't have a bingo. Vid takes an E and an S after it. So I have a good scoring tile in the F. It's not particularly worth hanging on to ING. Although it's a common ending, I think statistically it's been shown not to be worthwhile hanging on to at the expense of points. Oh wow, 45 points for opponent, that's pretty good. ED takes an H and an S, neither of which I have. I do have a D for Z. So, do I have a play along here? Wow, I do. I have Find. Interesting. Let me see what this scores. One is always drawn to the part of the board where opponent has just played. So one mustn't make a move in this position without considering the rest of the board. However, 41 points is not bad. This rack leave isn't terrible. Am I really going to do better anywhere else on the board? I guess I have Fig in row E. Only 26 points, so this is a much, much bigger score. I am going with this. Oh wow, well, for the first time I don't have a good rack. However, I have a 60-point lead. So what to do here? I'm back to having an ING ending, but no vowels to go with it, and few on the board. Burring is good, but, well, that would place a B in the middle of column 1 for a very low score. However, totally sorting the rack out. Surely I can do better. B double R is good, and ring is quite a good rack leave. Now just 14 points for opponent, that's pretty good. And my B can go next to the Y, but I do want to do something with these R's. Oh wow, oh no, R U R not good. However, let me just see what big scores. 32 points, okay. So I have BI double R here, 23, this is much better. Any vowel goes well with this 3-letter set, and I'm not giving very much away. Is this the play? So 30 points was on offer in column 3. What about row H? No, I only had one vowel. And was there anywhere for B double R on the board? I don't think there is. So, is this the play? Still both blanks to come? I think it is. Wow, and another poor rack. My lead remains at around a bingo. 35 for opponent, nice score. So what can I do to sort this rack out? Quite a tight board. It looks a wide open board. However, there aren't many opportunities for non-bingos. There are bingo lanes, column 14, column 13, row N, column 2, but they're not great for non-bingos. Likewise with row J. EF takes a T, I've got one. However, it would need to be a 6-letter word to get doubled, and I don't have one. I'm really struggling with the lack of vowels with this rack. Again, I can sort it out by playing hurting in row J, totally sort the rack out, turn over tiles, 6 shots at drawing a blank. However, weak score and giving opponent first dibs at column 1, where even without a bingo an H is likely to offer him a 30-point score. What about starting 1 square to the right with the H or the C? So I have curing, keeping HT, which go together quite nicely. 17 points, not terrible. What about column 8? That could end ING. No, not seeing anything there. So is curing the play? And retaining the T helps with EFT, but that's not an overwhelming argument. Yeah, I am going with this. I'm quite attracted by the 2 blanks which are out there with only 41 tiles unseen or in the bag. Well, I dodged both those blanks. And again, just the 1 vowel. 3rd rack running. However, better than having no vowels. Burr only takes an S. Zepp only takes an S. And with only 1 vowel, I don't have a 6-letter play ending in T. Now, given that I scored only 17 points, opponent may well close the gap on me. I have created a bingo floater with the C. Is opponent going to bingo through that? He does not. Hugh takes D, R and S. So how can I score with my scoring tiles F and H and M? So I know that EF takes an F, but I think a row N play would have to score quite a lot to outweigh scoring elsewhere. I've still got NG for a column 8 play, but curing has really taken that out. Nothing I've got goes in front of hid. Haft is good. Does that play anywhere? Well, it does play in row N, but DIT takes A, E, S and T. What about playing Chaffed? 26 points, not bad. Rackleave, not terrible, but not amazing. This isn't good. It's putting a vowel next to a double letter square. So, can I do better? What about row H? No. Tricky rack. What about a play just beginning DI, taking out a couple of my consonants, not seeing such a play? Wow. Tricky rack. Vor only takes an S. 11 minutes on my clock. The trouble with Chaffed, or the worst scenario, is a 4-letter J play. But there's only one J in the bag. SH is good. I think playing off the F is a priority. F goes in front of and So few floating vowels on the board. I'm coming back to Chaffed. I guess an alternative. No, I don't have an R. I was thinking about playing Fratch. So I'm going with Chaffed for 26. Oh wow. Some vowels. Not that they give me a bingo. 2 S's to come, 2 blanks. They're going to be the most useful tiles. But I do have a column 1 play if opponent doesn't go there. Well, I don't think Mout is good. But certainly O and U go together, and O and I, so I have Moit in that spot. Opponent likely to play there. That's the hottest spot on the board, unless you've got a bingo. I would have Mouthing through an H. Now, I haven't been considering ER for 9-letter bingos. It doesn't fit, but Moutering may be good. Does that have an anagram? I've got outer as a prefix. I have un as a prefix. No. So is Mout good? I don't think it is. But let me look for alternatives, as I am expecting opponent to play in that part of the board. Z takes an A as well as an S. Now I do have 2 vowels, so what about a row H play? Yep, just 25 points. Fantastic. And opponent burns a lot of bingo-y tiles. So, is Muton good? Mount, Notum, Muton, I think it is. 27 points, pretty good. M, not massively dangerous. And I'm retaining a suffix. Oh, AO, not good. That's definitely not going to stay on the board. So a play here would have to end IN. Untin is good, keeping G and M and a lowly score. Mutin not good. No, 9 minutes on my clock. So I want to play off U. Lots of O's to come, so MOU would be a nice set of tiles to play. But where? No, not in row I. Yes, here. Only 15 points. And look at this, my lead is being eroded. ING, this isn't an ING friendly board at all. only 3 tiles. Mao takes a few hooks. E, S, P. Possibly that's all. But only 15 points. That's really my bugbear. 8 minutes on my clock. What can I do? Mirroring is good, but I don't want to retain O and U. I could play gum. Well, what about gum? 15 points, but gum takes a P and they've both gone, and otherwise only takes an S. So I prefer that. I am retaining the O though. Surely, surely, surely something better than any of the options I've considered so far. What about playing mowing? 22 points. This is the last U. If I don't draw any vowels, it's valuable as a vowel. If I draw the Q, it's very valuable. I'm turning over 5 tiles with 2 blanks to come. I'm not giving very much away. M, not a useful bingo-y floater. Hard to place a scoring tile to the left of the G for a triple word play in row H. I am going with this. So I dodged the blanks. However, I've created 2 new lanes, so if opponent bingos, there's an opportunity for me to come back. Not a bingo rack. I'm not seeing a 7. I don't think there's an 8 here. And I am now concerned that opponent is on the verge of bingoing. He played Aerobat at the beginning and he's got a high rating, so I'm not expecting him to miss a bingo. But what am I going to do? MM is good. Tech Tom is good as a 6. That would turn over tiles. Nowhere for that. So Med is good. I could play Mutt, M-U-T. 3 E's to come. I could play Mule. However, I would like to split up this duplicate T. Oh, wow, opponent does bingo, and it's a good one. 85 points with the J. And opponent may well have drawn the other blank. 13 tiles in the bag, so he drew 7 out of 20. So yeah, 30 or 40% chance opponent has the other blank, and opponent takes the lead. So what am I going to do here? "13 tiles left." Well, I think this is the play. Mort. 33 points, decent score, splitting up the duplicate T, burning the U, keeping a bingo-y set of 3 tiles, denying opponent row A. I'm going with this. So, this looks jolly close to a bingo. I finally do draw an S. Acolytes from an A. 50 points for opponent. 6 tiles in the bag, Q and W non-bingo-y. But only 40 points between us. Could there be a bingo here? There might be. And will it play? Far fewer lanes on the board, especially for bingos ending in S. So I'm not seeing a bingo. 5 minutes on my clock. Y is non-bingo-y. Jingoisms is good. Wow. That might be a bingo-y score. What do I have which goes after Hugh? Nothing. Apart from the S, which I will have played next to Jingoisms. No S's left. So I think the best I have here is So for 42. Do I play that? Quite tempting. Because I'm retaining an E and a Y, so this is a balanced rack. 6 tiles left. I don't really want to draw the Q or the W. 42 points will take me to 380, will take me into the lead. Column 15, not massively dangerous after double O with what's left. Only the R and the blank go in that spot, but my T does. I'm going with this. I'm not going to score much more than, well, anything like 42 points elsewhere, I don't think. What about row D? Mix takes a T. 4 minutes on my clock. Not seeing anything big there. Yeah, I am going with so for 42. And I draw the Q. Wretched, wretched bag. So, is there anywhere on the board to burn the Q? Oh wow, this is brutal. I'm not sure there is. Through a W, I would have QWERTY. Still one W to come. Will opponent play Gore? Oh, well, that is just wretched luck. I'm really going to struggle to play this Q and therefore struggle to win the game. QI is good, but I don't think there are any available spots. There is this U in curing, but I'm not seeing anything valid through that. And that was one of the attractions of playing SO, really drawing the minimum number of tiles to avoid the Q. And no I's to come. I would have sank through IN. Zepp has blocked that in column 9. If I draw an A and there are 3 to come, I would have qua. So maybe I should concentrate on getting value from C and Y. How can I do that? Cly is good. Does that play anywhere? Gosh, and it was only moments ago I was contemplating having the T for oot. Okay, opponent does burn his blank, only 29 points. Empties the bag, has 3 A's and 2 E's. Wow. And he's not going to go out with that in 1. He will in 2, I think. But more importantly, I'm not going to go out. I think I may be stuck with the Q. 3 minutes on my clock. Am I really stuck with it? It really doesn't matter what I can score elsewhere. If I'm stuck with it, I'm stuck with it. Through AN, I would have Trank. Let me just consider plays going across the board. That would be Chin. No, not seeing anything going across. What about coming down? There's this QU spot. But I can't create anything there and nothing currently exists. If I had a U, I would have Souk. Nothing through DI. No, I am stuck with the Q. My lead of 28. Sorry, my trailing of 28, I think, is going to extend. Opponent can go out 1 tile at a time, so I don't need to hurry to go out. But I do need to play something, and I'm down to my last 2 minutes. So I need to retain the T in case opponent plays an A and I can play cat. J, well, why don't I just play J? However, where am I going to play my C? That's also a tricky tile to play. Dicey isn't good. I think it's with an E. Gosh, not seeing anywhere for Cly. Okay, I'm just playing J. Because if opponent wants to go out slowly, thinking I'm stuck with the Q, then I might as well play out slowly as well. Coy is good. Opponent plays AE. Leaving himself double AE. Well, I'm stuck with the Q. So I'm just going to play Coy. Is that the best C only spot? I think it is. I hope I haven't overlooked a Q spot, but I don't think I have. Only 1 point tiles left now. Will opponent slip up and put an A into the open for cats? 48 seconds on my clock. Such a tight board. I'm struggling to see opportunities anywhere. And these are bingo-y tiles, and that phase of the game is certainly over. AE for 9. Opponent's going out now, so I should play off 4 tiles if I can. Not seeing anywhere for 4 tiles. What about 3 tiles? Well, hopelessly suboptimal. And now opponent just needs to find somewhere for his A, and I hope there's more than one place. And opponent goes out. And the final score, 407 for me, 465 for opponent, a winning margin of 58 points. So well done to opponent. Let's see what I missed. Wow, that Q turned out to be so pivotal. Now it was me to go first. Oh, wow, swanky is good. Gosh, I thought about that, didn't want to abuse the challenge rule. Decided not to go for it and went for core. Gifting opponent, well, not gifting it, but allowing opponent to play aerobat and take a lead. However, having missed that opening bingo, I do now have one. A couple of double doubles there. Opponent with a balanced rack, no bingo, plays vid. And steedied, I spotted that. So I did have a good start to the game, despite missing that opening rack bingo. And I lead by 70. Opponent comes back strongly. And I have fined for 41. So again, I maintain a lead at the beginning. Opponent plays U. Wow, Bing keeping 3 Rs, don't like that. I went with Burr for 23, keeping GNR. And although that's 10 fewer points, GNR is 10 points better than Triple R. Triple R is awful. R's a good tile, worth about +2. Double R, probably still fairly neutral. But the third R, I think, drags it back to between -5 and -10. Whereas GNR, I would say, is mildly positive. So maybe worth 4 or 5, goes well with any vowel. So I think there could be a 10-point difference in rack leaves and a 10-point difference in score. So I prefer the play with the better rack leave. Now, opponent's rack. Wow, missed bingo. Plays VoIP. Could have had B12, overspin through the R, and also Provines, D13 through the other R. So a let off for me. My rack. I play curing for 17, however, H1. Oh, wow, churn. I dismissed row H because I only had one vowel, but churn was available, keeping a good rack lead, so that was a miss. Opponent's rack. Plays Hugh. Now, C12. Gats, opening up column 15 and keeping F and M. That doesn't feel great. I played Chaffed for 26, which I think is fine. Opponent with tinnies, nowhere for that, plays teen. Now, K8, idiom through DI, that's nice. What do? I play mooring for 22, keeping UT. Those plays are pretty similar. Now, great rack for opponent. And wow, my M provides the only bingo-y floater for 85 points. And this is the point where opponent takes the lead. Now, N10. Ascetum because of Zedar. That's nice. Although Zedar takes an S and still an S and a blank to come. However, Ascetum would have given me back the lead. Well, I prefer my play of Mort. It's only 7 fewer points, doesn't gift opponent anything, and has a better rack leave. Well, it does gift opponent something. It gives him Axe for 50, and I trail by 40 with a decent rack. No bingo. And I play SO for 42, only 2 more points available by burning my E, so I prefer my play. Opponent plays Hollow, and here we go. I trail by only 28. Opponent's got 5 vowels, so ordinarily this would be a fairly strong position with 3 scoring tiles, and I would ordinarily get to play twice and get count back. However, look at this, the Q stays in the rack leave for every move, so I am stuck with the Q. And 27 points, although taking me to 407, is not going to outrun opponent when I'm stuck with a tile. So I played J for 13, and given that I'm stuck with a tile, opponent has no real advantage in playing quickly. He can play off 1 tile at a time, so my playing off 1 tile was to adopt a similar strategy. So opponent plays AE for 20. I play Koi for 8. Opponent no out plays AE. I play Let. And, well, let me just go back to the Let options. Mixer was available for 19. Yeah, so I mean, Let was hopeless, but I was rather low on time and guaranteed to lose, and opponent then goes out. So, what a game. Absolutely fantastic battle. I established an early lead, but opponent stayed fairly close to me. Both blanks were unseen until the latter stages of the game. I played mooring, sticking an M out into the open, and that was just the tile opponent needed for jingoism. That gave opponent the lead. He drew the second blank, and I drew the Q. Unable to play it, and opponent played out to win the game. So super exciting stuff. Many congratulations to opponent on his victory. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.